Hello world, I am Misha. I am a lead dev recruiter at Rebel Recruiters. I am doing my first solo video today for you for the world, and this is the first solo video that I've done in the Rebel Talks series. So today's topic is going to be how to get the best out of your recruiter. So I've been a recruiter for 8 years now, and 5 of those years have been spent at Rebel Recruiters. I have worked with companies of all different sizes, all different phases in their development. Pardon the pun. And so I just wanted to get some of my thoughts down in a video to try and help as many people as possible. As I say, get the most out of that relationship with a recruiter. So my first point in how to get the best out of your recruiter would be to choose your recruiter wisely. Now, I know that this may seem like common sense, but for a lot of people, the kind of so-called in the industry spray and pray approach has been used. I mean, it is used by a lot of recruiters, especially ones that don't really know their market all that well, but also it's used by companies, that engage with a number of different recruiters. In an attempt to to spray their role across the market and pray that one of the recruiters manages to come good on finding the person that they need. Now, I think that you should choose your recruiter wisely because they can be a phenomenal resource, but they can also be a massive pain in the bum. Vet the recruiter appropriately. Ask them questions about how they work. Do they collaborate with the rest of their team? Do they charge ahead and work on all of their roles on their own? Are they a specialist in their market? Are they a generalist? Trust is the most important thing. And if you don't feel that you can trust them, then I would really think about your options. So let them consult. If you have chosen a recruiter that you feel would be able to meet your needs, that knows the market, that potentially specializes in the area that you want to recruit in, or has members in their team that would be able to use their specialist knowledge to recruit in an area that you would want, then yeah, go ahead. Let them use their skills to their fullest extent. We can, as I'm doing this video, we have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, market knowledge, tech knowledge, trends, salaries. Obviously in the pandemic situation, this is not something that anybody, I think, really could have planned for. And strategies to improve your recruitment processes, not only in, normal times or the new normal, but in times of crisis and uncertainty it can really help. So don't just think of them as a CV sending service. If they are good at what they do and they are worth their salt, then they can help you with all number of different things. So yeah. This leads me on nicely to my next point. Should you treat them mean to keep them keen? No, you shouldn't. Treat your recruiter, if you treat your recruiter like they're part of the team or the company, like just an extension of that, then you can expect them to do the same. That's again another way to kind of build up the trust that you need to be able to get the most out of them. Like, they should make your life easier and not harder. And mutual respect in all forms is necessary for this to be realized. So doing things like feeding back punctually. If you've not got sign off for a role, then tell them that up front. Obviously, it will save a lot of heartache further down the line. And that's when it's crunch time, and that's when you don't really want things to kind of get in the way of being able to make an offer and get the person that you want. If the recruiter is not finding the kind of people that you want or need, then address that problem. Address it as soon as you possibly can. Again, this is about, it's a reciprocal relationship that again should make your life easier. They should be an extension of your team and your company. Because, like, not only are they finding people that will be a part of your team, but also that recruiter is being, your voice in the market as well. So you need to have that kind of back and forth and an openness where you can say that, you're not providing me with what I need. Is what from your point of view is the barrier to that. Does the person not exist? Is the market not great? are your marketing material, could your marketing materials be better? You know, are they targeting potentially the wrong kind of demographic? You know, maybe candidates want remote working to be able to consider the role, and actually the people that you want aren't situated close to your office. All of these things can be addressed and changed, and yeah, and then that'll make your life better. So again, to kind of really drive the point home, be specific. As the most specificity and upfront that you can be with your requirements, naturally, and again, I know that this is probably common sense, but that is what you need. Tell them what you want, but also tell them what you don't want. You know, be as specific as you can be. So if Azure, you know, if you're looking for a cloud engineer and you need an AWS cloud engineer, because that's what you use, your entire estate is AWS, and you need somebody who understands the terminology that is built into AWS around their services. You know, they work kind of differently, and Azure just won't cut it. Then say that. Don't kind of say, you know, be wishy-washy and say, oh yeah, no, it's okay, I'll consider somebody with Azure experience, you know, that'll probably be fine. And then actually when you interview people with Azure experience, it's not fine. I know that some of this kind of stuff can only really be done with experience in recruiting for these kind of skills, but again, your recruiter can help you with that. So, you know, if you tell them that you've not recruited for a cloud engineer before, ask them to give you information about that technology, because again, they should know that stuff. So also specificity with language is really important as well. This kind of comes in more with the planning around like the interview process, like once it's kind of started to take place. So for example, if you have an interview slot between 12 and 2, and that's the slot that you give the recruiter to pass on to the candidate, but you need by that you need the interview to finish by 2, then tell them that. Don't try not to be vague and say, yeah, anytime between 12 and 2 is fine, because that recruiter might take that as, oh, okay, the interview can start at 2, and you know, no, if it needs to end at 2, then say that. Don't let assumptions be brought into your conversations with people, because to assume makes an ass out of you and me. So also another thing, I mean, as recruiters, we always want exclusivity, because that's where we can do our best work. So exclusivity, retain business, basically a guarantee of business lets that recruiter not just send you the first CV, but it lets them send you the best CVs. So, you know, if you have to use more than one recruiter for any number of reasons, then lay out the ground rules that you'll adhere to throughout the process. So as I've mentioned, I feel that the first come first serve kind of rule of thumb in candidate submissions that has historically always been used is not the way to go. Really, I think that it's dated, it's archaic, and it doesn't get the best out of people. Like, it basically promotes speed over thoroughness, which can lead to some desperate recruiters foregoing quality just to get in there first. And I don't think that that's probably what you want. I mean, they kind of breach data protection rules by pulling candidate CVs off job boards and then sending them to you without their permission. That is a breach of data protection, and then it just doesn't give the best experience for the candidate, and it won't give the best experience for you. Yeah, it just is. It's sneaky, but you can see why they do it, because of the system that's in place. If I don't get there first, then somebody else will, and that's not really what anyone wants. A lot of recruiters have been told that that's actually fine by some companies that I've worked with, and I'm very not inclined to work with those companies anymore. So yeah, if a recruiter has to take shortcuts in that kind of way, then they're going to take shortcuts in other areas too. Also, the kind of knock-on effect of allowing this kind of thing to happen is that the foul play kind of grinds down the enthusiasm and loyalty felt by the recruiter that does things properly and thoroughly, and slowly you'll lose the interest of the recruiters that actually care about your business and team and your sanity, which can lead to you basically not getting the talent that you want. And it can it can affect your negatively affect your reputation in the market as well. If a candidate, I've heard stories where candidates have been that their offers have been rescinded because recruiters have had a dispute over who sent that CV first or who has ownership over that person's CV, and that is just awful. I mean, like, that candidate's probably never going to go to that company ever again because of the experience that they've had. And then finally, you should brief your recruiter thoroughly. Um, if you uh, if you don't want your candidates to have an incorrect, sometimes non-existent or negative view of you and your company because a recruiter contacts them with incorrect info or no info sometimes on the team, the company, the projects, then you know you won't get the talent that you could potentially have gotten that might have been the one that you needed because you're not being represented properly in the marketplace. Do remember, as I said at the top of this video, that a recruiter is your eyes, ears, mouth in the market. Their job is to tell great people about you, and if they get it wrong, then it's very difficult to overcome further down the line. Because once people make up their minds, it's very, very difficult to change them. But anyway, so I hope that this video has been useful for you. If you want any more information on how to interact as best you can with a recruiter to get the most out of them, then just drop me a line. My contact details will be below, and I hope that you have a great day. Stay safe, stay strong, and we will get through this together. Bye.